Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you some of my lactonic fragrances. So kind of milky, cookies and cream, that kind of vibe. So it could be a mixture, but they definitely have that lactonic feel, so milky. I actually thought that one was a bit challenging for me because milk sometimes is a little weird for me in fragrance, but I realized that there's actually quite a few that I really enjoy. So I've got quite a few for you, and let's get into this. The first fragrance that is really quite milky, and it's quite viral these days. I don't have it, but I wanted to just mention it. Blanche Bête by Liquid Imaginaires. So this one is definitely kind of a lactonic, musky fragrance. The top notes are milk, ambrette, which again can have a little bit of an animalic vibe to it. Mystical. Anyway, tuberose, jasmine, incense, mahonial, vanilla, musk, tonka bean, and cacao. Now, mystical is kind of a molecule, so it can enhance things. Mahonial is again a type of molecule that kind of represents a softer floral. Lots of people absolutely love Blanche Bête. In fact, I know for a fact that for sure Danny from Deep Green Beauty and Hesse, I keep on wanting to link their channels and I keep on forgetting, but both of them have excellent Instagram pages, and so I'll leave them linked, but both of them really enjoy Blanche Bête. It's not for me. To me, it smells like musky milk, and musk is a challenge for me sometimes. Mix that with milk, and milk to me, like sometimes lactonic fragrances come across smelling like baby's breath, like almost bordering on sour milk. And that's how I feel about Blanche Bête. So I've tried it on the skin once and I couldn't even stand to smell it. So it's not for me, but lots of people love it. So if you're a lactonic fan, you might want to check that one out. Fresh Cream by Philosophy is actually another very popular milk fragrance. It has whipped cream, milk, powdery notes, sweet notes, and floral notes. Now, this is one that I actually think is really nice. To me, it smells like a vanilla whipped cream fragrance. So a little bit sweeter. I do get a little bit of that lactonic vibe, but it doesn't smell sour at all. So it's just kind of a sweet, thinner, creamy vanilla. The issue that I have with Fresh Cream is it's basically a skin scent and it dissipates very quickly. So to me, I don't really want to smell like a vanilla cream very often. Like it's okay. Like it's a nice fragrance, but it doesn't wow me at all. So I enjoy it. I've smelt it, but between the longevity and the fact that it doesn't wow me, I've never purchased it, but lots of people love it. Now, getting on to one that I do really love is Commodities Milk. And I also have Milk Bold, but that has a little bit more woodiness in. So I wanted to talk about Milk Expressive. So Milk Expressive has milk in the top. It's got marshmallow and natural musk in the heart. And then the base is tonka bean and mahogany. So right off the bat, I get a lot of the wood actually. The wood comes out even more prominent in Milk Bold, as I said. But this, like, you get the tonka, you get that marshmallow, you get the milk, you get a little bit of muskiness. It smells a little bit spicy. So the wood comes across almost like a spice. So not cinnamon, but kind of like that. So cinnamon is kind of woody. And so, yeah, this gives me the feel of some sort of warm, sexy, cozy, lactonic fragrance. So really enjoy this one. This is definitely more cozy, and to me it would be in the same genre as something like a By the Fireplace as far as coziness is concerned, but By the Fireplace is more vanillic with the burning wood. This is more like milky marshmallow. Like imagine a white chocolate, hot chocolate with marshmallows in it, and you're by the fire smelling wood, but it's not burning, kind of. It's not got a burny vibe, but kind of that feel, and just a sexy, cozy blanket with your significant other. This, awesome. Now, one that doesn't have milk in the notes, but to me, it comes across extremely lactonic, so I wanted to mention it, is Creme Brulee by Theodoros Kalatinas. When I smell it, I smell milkiness. It definitely has that milky vibe. This is coconut milk, vanilla, burnt sugar, and whipped cream. And it definitely has that coconut, but coconut, you know how coconut can smell quite milky sometimes? That's what I get in this one. So it has that lactonic feel. And to me, it doesn't smell like coconut milk, which to me doesn't really smell lactonic. It smells, I guess there maybe a little bit, but this to me smells like coconut cream, like totally coconut cream, maybe a bit toasted coconut cream. It's so delicious. And the cool thing about this is even though it's got quite a lot of coconut in, this is a fragrance I keep out all year because it does give that, it smells like a coconut creme brulee. And you know how like satiating a creme brulee is? You crack into that top outer shell and then you scoop that crispy bit with the delicious kind of milky, creamy custard. That's what this is, but with like coconut, so toasted coconut somewhere in there. Love this fragrance. Now this next one has a bit of a milk vibe, but there's so much more going on in there that it doesn't come across as fully lactonic, is Pear Gelato. And this actually has a milk note in here. So this has pear, vanilla, waffle cone, milk, and sugar. So I get the waffle cone. This has a lot of pear in it, but you still get a little bit of a lactonic milky vibe that comes across as the gelato portion of this fragrance. This is a lot fresher and it's not your straight up whipped creamy type fragrance, but I wanted to mention it because it literally has the note of milk in it along with that waffle cone that gives it that cookies and cream vibe. But this one has that fresh pear on the opening, thus Pear Gelato. So it's not quite as milky feeling as the other ones, but it's still so delicious. Now, probably the most famous of the milk fragrances are the Chabot Maison de Parfum LAIT collection, and they all smell milky. They don't all have milk in them, but they all smell milky. So I want to start with the two that I have full size, LAIT de Biscuit or Biscuit. This one has no milk in it, so it's just the name that's making me think that. I think this has biscuit, vanilla, and caramel in it. But like as I smelt all of them, there's a DNA that runs through the whole works of the fragrances that does smell quite lactonic. So this totally reminds me of golden Oreos dipped in milk. That's what this fragrance is, and I love it. I love this fragrance on its own. It's cozy and it's sweet, but I also love pairing this with other fragrances. It's just awesome. It's probably my favorite out of the line for sure. Just so you know, I have coupon codes for this one. Do I have for any of the others? No. The Chabot Maison de Parfum fragrances, I do have a coupon code for you. And from what I understand, they have two versions of the 100 mils. They have this style of bottle, and then I'll leave the other style of bottle on up here. And it has just a slightly different cap, but the fragrance is the same inside, and this cap is more expensive. So this is definitely a better deal to go for if you don't mind the round cap as opposed to the fancy cap. Lait et Chocolat is just delicious. It smells, oh my goodness. It smells like a delicious milk chocolate, not like a hot cocoa where it's super deep. It smells a lot more milky with that chocolate, but the chocolate is definitely the lighter, not the dark chocolate. There's a little bit of a spicy kick in here, which makes me think of something like Mexican hot chocolate, almost not quite that spicy, but a little bit of kind of cinnamon or nutmeg in there. This has dark chocolate and jasmine in the opening, teakwood and cedar in the heart, and then the base has chocolate, milk, vanilla, and musk. This one is very milky. If you like the smell of chocolate milk or hot chocolate, a little bit thinner, this one is gorgeous. Super duper cozy and definitely edible. Love it. I don't get any of the florals or the woods. I just get chocolate milk or hot chocolate. So love this one. And again, this would be a great one to pair with something like a cherry fragrance. I got to try that next. Lait de Vanille. This is one that doesn't have any milk in it. It has vanilla, caramel, and benzoin. But this to me smells very milky, and This one smells like baby's breath to me. I really struggle with this one. I think Val loves this one, so she just thinks it smells amazing. I think Danny does too. So it's very nice. Like, it's definitely vanilla, but for some reason there's a baby breath, like a milky baby breath vibe in this for me off the top. So I don't get on with this one. LAIT Concentrate is just delicious. This has milk, coconut, and caramel. And for whatever reason, this gets a little bit toasty and a little bit more caramel-esque as it sits on my skin. At first, like when I first sprayed it, I'm like, this is a major no. But as it warms up on the skin, I fell in love with this. So really do enjoy this one. But definitely, I think LAIT de Biscuit is my favorite. But this one's a close second. Like, I definitely want to get this at some point. But LAIT Vanille, I definitely will pass on that one. But LAIT Concentré, this one may be one that I do want to get because I really enjoy how kind of warm and a little bit spicy and sweet and sticky it gets as it dries down. So really enjoy this one. And the last one that I have for you is one of my favorites. I just love this fragrance, and it is Eclaire by Lattafa. Now, this is supposed to be very similar to Bianco Latte. I have a video on that if you're interested. Bianco Latte doesn't actually have a milk note, although it is very lactonic. This one has a milk note. So Eclaire has milk, caramel, and sugar in the opening. In the heart, it has honey and white flowers. And the base is vanilla, praline, and musk. This smells so good. Definitely has a lactonic vibe. But for me, I just always think Rice Krispie squares or Rice Krispie treats. So Rice Krispies, a little bit of a cereal feel to this, or cereal and milk, kind of. But sweet, sweet cereal. But it smells fluffy, marshmallow, creamy, very, very sweet, caramel-esque, but with this lactonic vibe, this lactonic milky vibe that's just delicious. It smells thick, and it smells rich, and it smells satiating. So I really, really enjoy this fragrance. Some people find this bottle tacky. I guess maybe it's a little bit tacky, but I happen to love it. I think it's cool. Yeah, I love the bottle on this. So really happy to have this one. And that is it for Milky fragrances. Please leave your recommendations in the comments. I would love to hear which Milky lactonic fragrances are your favorite. And if you've tried any of these, please feel free to weigh in. I always love hearing, and so do we all. I always enjoy hearing what your thoughts are, whether you like them, whether you don't. And it also helps those that are potentially considering purchasing. It helps them to be able to decide as well. So other than that, have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.